Hello.
How's it going?
Is fight night 7?
7. The seventh one.
7 fight nights. Got a full slate. Got the debut of Speed Forge.
Be exciting.
We are starting it off with an Eddie Treat.
Yes, we are.
He is currently dorking around over here. Treat time, Eddie. Would you like to go get a treat? Would you like to go get a treat? Justin's preparing to give you a treat. Looking forward to Speed Forge. Yeah, I should have prepared for that probably.
I think it's better that we didn't prepare.
Okay.
I think this is a learning experience for us.
Yeah.
And I think the failure of it is going to be half the fun. It is an unsanctioned match, so I will not record the winning deck because it does not matter for this.
Yeah.
Yeah, Speed Forge is completely unsanctioned. So we're
Right.
just gonna do our best.
It's off the books.
We're gonna do our best, and if the game, I feel like the game probably will end on timer, but we'll find out, I guess.
Yeah.
We will not be. We'll probably won't be reading chat much during the match.
Speed Forge, yeah.
Rules for shuffling is you must finish your turn. I guess we should say you need to shuffle X amount of times.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if we get to a shuffle, honestly.
Yeah, I guess we'll see, but
because there's probably going to be a lot less time for deliberation and whatnot.
We might have to figure things out on the fly. We can pause the clock too. That's
if you're shuffling your deck, that's on your clock.
Yeah.
Right. So, yeah. All right. What is
Ronnie Forge is
Ronnie Forge is on the menu too. Yeah.
It is the second game. So first game.
I've decided that will be a free Ronnie Risk Clocks role play redemption.
Wow, what a good value! It's a great
So,
value on that
added
matchup.
Value.
That's
that's
matchup. Less than the cost of a Ronnie Risk Clocks roleplay.
So, but I feel like that's in character for that match. So,
all right, so we are going to send it down to our ring announcer for the night, which is Code Red, coming back once again with some more announcing. I have not listened to these, so we're going to experience them all together. And I see that there are track numbers, so I won't screw it up this time. All right, here we go.
Our next match is set for one fall. It features two Archons that have defeated crowd favorites in previous tournaments. Both are looking to prove themselves a future champion in the TTR arena here tonight.
I can't hear. Hold
but
on.
only one can come out victorious.
All right, hold on. I'm pausing.
Hang on.
Pausing.
The dog has decided at this time to misbehave.
You're doing great, Eddie. God. He tries to use the rope as a
cudgel
flail. Okay, where's their speaker at? Is there a speaker on the ground?
No, it's right here.
Okay, just bring that on top of the table.
Okay.
We can't hear very well on our setup.
Is there gonna be feedback or whatever?
No, there won't be feedback.
Okay.
Unless there is.
It cannot reach the
Okay,
table.
well, all right, we're gonna hit play again. I'm gonna rewind it about 5 seconds.
So.
Okay, great production value, us.
Previous tournaments. Both are looking to prove themselves a future champion in the TTR arena here tonight, but only one can come out victorious. Who will set themselves on a path to a title opportunity here tonight?
Okay, that's the intro. We got Kano Drab.
Our first Archon fell to Helmollen in round 2 of the TTR Championship Tournament. They finished in the top 8 of the Mass Mutation Tournament of Champions, taking out crowd favorite Aya in round 2 of the finals. With a 7-3 record, this Archon is looking to set themselves ahead of the pack, hoping for a championship title match at a future fight night. Weighing in at 79 sass, we have a favorite, a fellow announcer Roadrunner. Kano Drab, Goswami Kudravi, Renegade.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's got a pretty impressive track record then, huh? And then Janin.
And their opponent failed to qualify for the TTR Championship Tournament. However, they finished in the top 16 of the Worlds Collide Tournament of Champions, taking out Farquaad-approved Archon Catherine Yu Shark Attack to make the Sweet 16. While they only have a 5-4 record officially, they are looking to reclaim some of their glory and demonstrate why they too should be in the TTR title picture. Weighing in at 74 sass, it's Janin, Sanctuary Navigator.
All right.
Okay.
Yes, both setting
So-
for SAS. Comparable in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
But the Janin does have the stone, which is it's kind of.
I think you could choose who you play the stone against. I don't. So the thing is, I don't think stone is necessarily good against auto encoder decks,
right,
because then
they end up getting more value of their discards than you do.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah,
The circle on Kingdom Drops Archon. Oh yeah, it's very cool.
it's got like it's like a acid ring or something like that on it.
Bits.
Oh yeah. All right.
Yeah, I tried Ronnie role playing that one time, and it did not work out. So, but you will get a free Nathan Ronnie role play. Feels like a Gungeon boss. Enter the Gungeon. Green v green. I know.
I think green was higher up on the grayscale.
It's got half of the gray in it.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's really close. Let's see. It'll definitely be a question as to whether or not to play stone, but like if I'm in a situation where it looks beneficial to play, it'll be hard not to, right?
Yeah, I want to say Canadra Sanctum. I mean, you got like Barrister Joya, which is definitely annoying, and Lord Golgotha. Though, like, playing Lord Golgotha versus a stone seems like a mistake, because it feels like Lord Golgotha can fight multiple creatures at the same time,
Yeah.
right? So, yeah, it's interesting. I think the Untamed wants more creatures in play than the Sanctum does.
Right.
So, Fangs of Gizelheart is pretty good versus Saurians. Especially Grimlockus, right? So it gets around Scudum and whatnot. So I think that's definitely interesting.
Yeah, Jane has a lot of good targets for that Mimic Gel, right?
Hello, Wizard Random.
Hello?
I seem to remember the Mimic Gel doing a lot of work.
I mean, it's got an Eddie in here, like it does that. It gets that a lot. It's got Igor.
Yeah.
There's
you can always get one of your opponent's creatures as well.
Raider Gallum. There is First Officer Frayne. There's Medic Ingram. There's a Kirby.
I could see Ingram and Logos would be pretty good. So
it's got almost infinite good targets in this deck.
Yeah.
It's very solid. Yeah, this probably will be a good match. Hopefully, 3,
6. So I was first. I don't think this hand is bad, right? But I am
Just
going to
kidding.
mulligan it.
Hope you enjoyed looking at Eddie's bed when he's not sitting in it.
Yeah,
For,
he's over here chewing on stuff. So I'm gonna let him think he's misbehaving. He's doing exactly what I want him to be doing, which is not bludgeoning me with his chew rope.
He's learning to throw stuff. He'll pick up a toy and just like fling it across the room. And sometimes he'll throw stuff to himself, like he'll throw it up in the air and catch it. It's pretty weird. So I'm becoming very proficient with projectiles.
Okay, I will go first. I'll play Mutagenic Serum, and it is your turn.
I'm gonna have a very exciting first turn. I'll play this Quest for Jarda. I will give it an Imperial Scudum. I will give it a Calipigian Ideal, exalt it. Then I'll play Trissarian Legionary and ward it. This thing is MFN protected.
Yeah, I'd say. All right, I am going.
We'll talk about the clocks during the clock match, which will be right before the championship match.
I'm gonna say Untamed. Play Savage Clash.
Okay, so that kills Jarda.
Gets rid of the ward. Yep. I'm gonna play Cephalist, Ismire, Dark Fairy, Punctuate Equilibrium.
Oh, okay.
So discard the free markets and then draw 6.
You got Quester, Jarda, Finger Trap, First Officer Frame, Medic Ingram, Mimic Shell.
Okay, so don't have to worry about the gel. I'll play Niffle Ape. I will play Vault's Blessing.
Okay.
I will draw a card off the bonus icon, and then I'll gain 1, 2, 3 Amber.
Okay.
I guess that's it. It's your turn. These are all tapped, but all right. And I'll draw one. Go ahead.
Okay. I'll. Okay.
Whee!
I'll say Logos. I'll play Positron Bolt. And I'll play Cutthroat Research. And I'm done.
Alright, I am going to say Sanctum. I'm going to play Scrivener Fabian. I'm going to play General Zalvador, who has a capture icon, which turns into a steel icon with Fabian. And then I'll play Squire Alice, who's going to capture 2.
Okay.
I will say check with 7, and it is your turn. I will draw 3.
Well, I'll say Starlines. Play Red Alert.
Okay, so 3. Fabian's Toast. Squire Alice takes 1. Zalvador takes 1. Pismire's Toast. Cephalus takes 3.
And then I will play Red Alert.
For 1.
For 1.
So Squire Alice is dead. Zalvador will take 1, and Cephalus is dead.
Grab a zoom in. I will play a King Can. And actually, I'll play Melina, Frayne, Kin Can. Frayne will capture 1 of the Jordan.
Yep. Alright, my turn?
Yes.
I will forge. I will say Logos. I am going to play Lycobot, Infomorph, Munchling, Skippy Time Hog. And I will play Sloppy Lab Work. So I'll archive a card and then discard a card, and I don't have anything to discard. And it is your turn. I will draw 6.
I will also say Logos. I play Cutthroat Research. Play Hapsis and handle unit. Done.
Okay, I am going to say Sanctum. I am going to play Radiant Truth, so stun each creature that's not a flank. I am going to Fangs the Candle unit. I am going to play Lord Golgotha. I am going to... Worth it to fight Frayne. I think it is worth it to fight Frayne, so I'll fight Frayne with Zalvador. Just get her off the table. The Zalvador is real good to replay anyway because of the 2 icons. I will pop the Mutagenic Serum so that I can use mutants this turn. I am going to Reap with Lycobot, and I will discard Group Think Tank, draw. I will have the Skippy Time Hog Reap, Infomorph Reap, And I'll go ahead and reap. And it is your turn. I'll say check with 7, and I will draw.
Are you getting god draws? Is this a god draw? I will say a Logos, I guess. I'll play a Titan Guardian, Eddie, Archive, a card. I'll Unstun Hapsis. And done.
Okay, so I will forge for 7.
Yeah, Cantrap is good. It's a good deck, but man, these draws are lining up really well. I gotta tell you.
I am gonna say Logos. I'm gonna play Autoencoder.
God draw would have Autoencoder, yeah, that's true. Before the Punctured Equilibrium.
Skippy Time Hog will fight. I just reap. No, I gotta fight. Skippy Time Hog will fight the Titan Guardian and explode on the Hazardous. I am going to reap with Lycobot. I am going to discard Gorvanol, which will auto-encode, and then draw. I will reap with Infomorph. Munchling. I'll wait. I'm gonna standardize testing. So I'll draw. Each creature with the lowest power, so Kincan at 2, and then highest power 5s, I believe.
Okay.
We'll draw 2. Munchling will. I'll play Kyo. I'll play Sacrobot, and it'll capture onto itself. And then Munchling will go fight Eddie. No, you got Hazardous. Munchling will just reap then. Okay. And it is your turn. I will draw 3.
Okay. A lot of stuff there. I'll say
I don't think there's much I can do about this Questor Jarda as of right now. But,
well, it's stunned, and you know, so
but,
I'll
but
say Saurian.
There's a fairly good chance that he'll get to use the Questor Jarda to forge, but
play Paraguardian, play Raider Gallon, play Goddess Raptor, play Questor Jarda, play Tribute to capture 2. The Guardian. I Exalt here. I don't think so. You can actually fight it pretty cleanly. Orange guys. I'll unstun the Jarda. And I think this matchup is competitive, and I think it could have gone another direction, but it's just one of those matches where I feel like everything I did was immediately countered, which you can't really do anything about that.
I am going to say Sanctum. I'm going to pick up my archives.
Also, it's not over.
Yeah, it isn't. Because I mean, like, this is the type of Saurian board that can get out of hand.
Yeah.
I think. Alright, so I will say Sanctum. I'm going to play Barrister Joya. I will play Purifier of Souls. I'll go ahead and just capture on the Purifier there. I am going to equalize. So I am going to redistribute all of this onto the Paraguardian. And I'm going to Fangs of Gizzleheart, the Paraguardian.
This man's got Equalize in his deck.
Yeah. This Sanctum in his deck.
This is like when you're playing Magic with your friends, and one of your friends like discovers that they can make a squirrel deck that makes infinite squirrels, and then all your other friends play like all your creatures get -1/-1, and then for the rest of the
Honden of or whatever not Honden of Knight's End, the legendary enchantment that gives all creatures -1/-1.
So yeah, it's like when you bring your favorite deck that just does fun stuff, and your friends are like, no, we're just gonna pack cards that beat you. So
I'm done. I'll say check with 8, and I'll draw. Go ahead. Okay. Knight of Souls Betrayal. That's it. That's what it was. I was gonna say Honden of Souls Betrayal. That's just mixing other enchantments that were in the set with Souls Betrayal. So
enjoy it to stop. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I can't really
the Sanctum in this deck is like particularly hateful on the Saurians.
Yeah. So I can say Saurian. I can fight Joya. Play Grimlockus Ducks. I can Reap and Exalt. Make keys cost +3. And I can Reap with Jarda. Exalt Jarda. For the first time this entire game, it's been on table the entire game.
Yeah, since
being
turn
able
1.
to touch it. That's it. I do have chat.
Okay. I am going to say Untamed. I'll play Savage Clash. So I'll keep my Kyo. Your destroyed effects do not trigger. These go over there.
Nice.
I will play Gloriana's Attendant, play Amberspine Mongrel, play Cephalist, play Pismire. And I will say check with 10, and it's your turn. I'll shuffle and draw 5.
What even happened? I guess I lose.
Completely pantsed.
Good lord. Impressively pantsed. Well, there you go. There you have it.
Yeah. What a draw.
That was pretty one-sided. Kanojarab got himself a squash match.
It was a good mulligan, by the way. My original hand was 3/2/2, but I feel like in this deck you might as it's like Venus, right? It's like the deck is
go for it.
Capable of powerful things, so if you're not doing something stupid, mulligan the hand. So
ooh, yeah, that was pretty rough.
There was some TOS over there.
Alright, moving on. The intros in this match are slightly quieter than the rest. You may need, oh my god. Alright, we'll see what happens. Setting it down to
Code Red telling us he's had some mic problems down by the ring.
the mic is quiet down here. Can I get a new mic? Here we go. Code Red.
Johnny here to introduce the Battle of the Ronnies. Tonight, we figure out which is better, Devilish Ronnies or Angelic Ronnies, in a battle of light and dark, good versus evil. But no matter what, one thing's for certain, Ronnie always wins.
It's pretty good. Alright, Vulgaring.
This Archon has truly made a deal with the devil here tonight, leaving many of their opponents dissatisfied. My many cousin Ronnies are out getting ready to execute a sting. They just hope they don't end up taking a life for a life. Introducing Johnny's favorite Archon, the carelessly bony hijacker of Vulgaring.
There you go. Clap. All right, and then Yorkpool.
Contrary to their opponent, this Archon has decided to take arms with the Sanctum Brotherhood. They went an even more natural route than their opponent's robotic enhancements. But at the end of the day, this Archon has rigged the game. They win, no matter what. Introducing Johnny's favorite Archon, the Doctor of Yorkpool.
Very well done.
Excellent.
Thank you. Thank you,
All right,
Claymore.
now, let me step into character here. Oh. All right.
On the Doctor.
Ronnie's hijacking.
Ryan's ready. The Doctor sleeves are feeling nice. Feeling real crisp. These are like copper matte dragon shields, perhaps. The Keyforge movie.
The artist that drew Ronnie is on Twitter, and I've like strongly considered approaching her to see if she has the original and like how much she would sell it for at this point, because I feel like it's as much as part of the stream.
As much as you hate that card.
Yeah, as much as I hate that card, at this point it is like a hallmark on the stream. So I had considered putting together a Ronnie Wristclocks roleplay too, like an actual like cosplay for conventions and whatnot. So where you headed? Where are you going? Where are you going?
Going nowhere? Oh, there it is.
This over to there.
Can't believe you equalized me. Pretty mad about the equalize.
Equalizing the fangs.
Yeah, that was so stupid. yeah.
Like, wow, this guy must really like Keyforge. I don't think I could not keep up the Ronnie Wristclocks roleplay for an entire day. I can't even keep it up for one entire match, right? Originally it was supposed to only be a turn, but
Yeah.
I decided to stretch it out as long as I can, typically, so.
I randomly choose. I choose based on how I end up putting it into Discord, and that's how I copy and paste it into the games. So I don't really give it much thought.
Rosewood, hello.
I maybe
Yes.
should, because I would have preferred to play Vulgaring here, because that's that was one of my favorite decks during AOA.
Yes.
And I have no particular fondness for Doctor of Yorkpool, and not to say it's a bad deck. But I
don't think we've played it since AOA.
It's been a long time.
Yeah, I don't think we've played it since AOA. What's going on? What are you looking for? What are you looking for? What is he? What does he want?
What do you do?
I don't know. What is up with this dog?
See, that's what happens when he doesn't go to camp for 2 days. Actually, he only had a half day on Friday because it was half bath day. Yeah. That's why he's got a cute bandana now. Let's see his bandana. Oh.
Nope. He's got his bandana.
Yeah.
He's trying to
lick the camera.
lick the camera.
It's got some doggies on it.
Vogue, Eddie. Strike a pose.
I can't. Okay. Oh, there we go. It's fine.
Eddie, we've got the
Vomit Eddie cam.
We've got the vomit cam at the ready.
Oh.
Oh, he's attacking. Okay. All right. Well, look. Here's this thing.
Oh, jeez.
Okay.
There's sexy ramen. Oh, Eddie gets a treat. Okay.
Oh, giving Eddie a treat.
Okay.
Go head over there. Over there.
That's it.
If you're gonna be absurd, you need to be absurd on camera. He's like barely sitting on the.
Other paw. Oh.
He did it. They did it on the first try, as opposed to giving you the same paw again.
It's pretty good. Pretty good. Pretty good pawn.
He's shooting underneath the table.
I rolled 12 there.
Boxcars, huh?
Yeah.
Well, feels like that beats that. Yeah, that is a mulligan. Classic 2-2-2 starter, so might as well throw it back. Nothing particularly efficient. Plus, there was a Ronnie, and despite this being a Ronnie premier match, I don't think you want Ronnie at the very opener. So, what? Oh my! And you found the squeak. You found the squeak part of that toy. Okay.
But it does start on squeaky. Yeah, Eddie will definitely rip the squeaky out of toys. Play first turn game.
Okay. I am going to say Logos. I'm going to play Sloppy Lab Work. I will archive a card. I will discard a card. I'm actually going to discard Lights Out because I get a feeling that it might be bad in this matchup. There could be a situation where there's like just a little play. And then I will play ZYX Researcher, and I will archive the Sloppy Lab Work.
That's pretty good.
And it is your turn. I will draw 5.
I'll say Sanctum. Play Cermeros. I'll play Protect the Weak on Cermeros. I will Golden Aura the Gamgee, and I'll Reap with Gamgee. Your turn.
Alright, I am going to say Shadows. I'm going to play the Sting, and I will play Ronnie and steal 1.
Very well.
And I will draw 2. Go ahead.
Say Shadows. I'm going to Reap with this Gamgee and steal 1. A lot of Stolen Hammer this match. I'll play Rig the Lottery.
Okay.
See how rigged this lottery is. Jeez.
I got 2.
I got 2.
Okay, so it's equal rigging over here.
2 Ronnies as well.
Yeah, 2 Ronnies are discarded.
In total, we're discarded.
Sorry, we short changed you on Ronnies this matchup.
I'm gonna play a Knuckles Bolton. Actually, I don't care about that being there. I'll play Knuckles. I'll play a Merkins. I'm gonna get your archive. I'll play a Ronnie. Steal 1. I will play a Ronnie. Steal 1.
Okay,
Your turn.
Alright. I am going to say Dis. I'm gonna play Spider and an Unlocked Gateway.
The Ronnie roleplay disappeared.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay.
The Ronnie roleplay was better there to begin with.
Okay, I'll say Untamed. Play Glimmer for Ronnie. I will play a Full Moon. Play Pose Pixies. Gain 1. We'll play Nepenthe Seed. I'll play Grasping Vines and not return anything. And your turn.
Ronnie's gonna say Logos. Ronnie's gonna play Hexpion. Ronnie's gonna play Archimedes. Ronnie is gonna BDQ the Hexpion and Pose Pixies. He's gonna archive, and Ronnie will leave Archimedes around. Ronnie's gonna remote access the Nepenthe Seed. Ronnie can't wait to get his hands on this sweet, sweet plants. Ronnie's pulling back. You guessed it, Ronnie.
Mm-hmm.
And Ronnie's gonna remote access again. Ronnie's saying nothing. Can't forge. Ronnie's got to get his hands on that sweet, sweet amber.
Alright, I'll say... I'll say Untamed. I'll play Grovekeeper and Gruin, which will give you 1. And I will not reap with Grove. You probably Hell and Shadows next turn. That's just free amber for you. Your turn.
Alright. Ronnie is gonna say Shadows. Ronnie is gonna pop the Sting. Ronnie is going to play Ronnie. Ronnie is gonna Nerve Blast Ronnie. And Ronnie's gonna say check with 13.
Alright, I'll say Sanctum. Discard the Spirit's Way. I'll play a Blinding Light to stun the Archimedes. And I'll play a Take Hostages. And say check with 6.
Alright. Ronnie's gonna forge. Ronnie's picking up his archives. Ronnie is calling Shadows. Ronnie's playing Ronnie. Ronnie is gonna life for a life Ronnie. And Grovekeeper. And Ronnie is finished. Ronnie says check with time.
Alright, I'll say Shadows. Play Lamindra and Ronnie. Deal 2. I'll put a Bone Rot Venom on Archimedes. And I'll put a Dusk Runner on Ronnie. Actually, I'll put the Dusk Runner on this stupid idiot. I'm done.
Ronnie's forging.
You're forging.
Ronnie's saying Shadows. Ronnie's pulling back Ronnie's archives. Ronnie's playing Team TP. And Ronnie's playing himself again. Ronnie's finished.
Okay, I'll say Shadow.
Duskrunner is the steel one, I believe.
I'll play Untamed. I'll reap with the Fuzzy Gruin and steal 1. I will play Rustnar. Discard save the pack. I'll reap with Glen.
Alright. Ronnie is going to say Logos. Ronnie's going to play Hexpion. Ronnie's going to unstun Archimedes, and it dies, right?
Yeah, after it's used.
Yeah. Ronnie is playing Transposition Sandals on Hexpion. And Ronnie is going to play Sloppy Lab Work. Ronnie is going to archive a card. And discard a card. Ronnie thinks Tesmal's time is not as well past. So Ronnie is drawing 4. Ronnie's saying check.
Okay, I'll say Untamed. I'm gonna reap with his Fuzzy Gruin, steal 1. I'm going to. They are everywhere. 2 to each enemy flank, or each enemy flank creature. And then I'll reap with Rustnar. How many Ronnies are you accounted for here? 1,
3.
2, 3. Okay. And Team TP. So I will also reap with Glimmer. They check what's up.
Ronnie will lose the game. Ronnie's gonna play Streak. Ronnie's gonna play Schuler. Ronnie's gonna play Spider. Ronnie's gonna play Yerk. Ronnie's gonna play Tentacus. Ryan draw 6.
We did it. What a game. What a great game. So like you got
both these
Sting,
decks, both decks, yeah.
they were firing off.
Well, both decks played Ronnie like a million times.
Yeah, that was a pretty crazy game.
So
Dr. York will definitely burst really hard. Well, those were fast games. And the next one's guaranteed to be fast. So, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's the secret. Ronnie
So we'll do the intros first, and then we'll explain what's going to happen. Because we don't really know what's going to happen. It's going to be... something's going to happen. And
this deck really slow. This deck. Oh, this is the Cincinnati Rex.
yes,
Spiral.
it can combo, but combos take time.
Yeah.
This match is a Speed Forge
Yes,
match.
this match is a Speed Forge one. So,
and we shall send it down to Code Red to bring us into it.
The following contest is set for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Each Archon will have 10 minutes of active time to put away their opponent. Should either competitor run out of time on their clock, they are immediately disqualified, and their opponent is awarded the victory.
There you have it. Intro, Parmesan.
Our first Archon fell from grace with their fellow Gauntlet members, being forcibly evicted from the group in a double cross by Luria of Waterhollow last year. They are looking to prove why the Gauntlet made a terrible enemy on that day, and demonstrate why they finished in the top 4 of the Call of the Archons Tournament of Champions. At least one member of TTR considered this deck slow, so they put forth this challenge to demonstrate that their explosive turns are nothing to scoff at. Introducing, weighing in at 74 sass, Sov Warn Vector Parmesan.
Alright. And Garrus.
And their opponent has a 3-3 record with an equally sullied reputation of being slow. However, they also have the potential for very bursty turns with their Cincinnatus double spiral combo. Having never made it out of the group stage of the Worlds Collide Tournament of Champions, this Archon equally has much to prove, especially that House Brobnar is not the Achilles heel of all Worlds Collide Archons. Also weighing in at 74 sass, introducing Steward Meteor Garrus.
Yeah. 74 sass, both. That's pretty cool.
oh yeah,
Good intros. Yeah, that thing that kind of outlined why this match was chosen, and I believe that Code Red redeemed this match, so extra points there for why you chose these decks
yeah.
for
So,
the matchup.
there you go. Speed Forge. The clock is visible
So
up here.
yeah, you can see this is my time. I hit the button. This passes it to you.
Passes it to me. Yeah.
So
So when I'm done, I pass it back. And then Justin goes.
and then when my turn's done, I hit the button. And
Yeah.
Nathan's got the light. That's how he knows it's his turn. Hopefully, this is pretty visible on stream. I tried to get a clock that was tilted like this, so you could see if a player runs out of time, they lose.
They're done. They can have 2 keys, 6 amber, and try and like if they're playing a card, they could be in the middle of playing a key charge, right? Like they have to generate the amber. They generated the 6 amber. Time is called. They have the key charge in hand. They lose, right? They just lose right there if the clock runs out.
That's exactly Queen's Gambit.
So
10 minutes might be too much time. We'll find out, right?
yeah. Yeah, we can scale it back as we go. So, all right. So here we go. I am on Warren Vector Parmesan, which I believe actually probably gives me a slight advantage because we've played this deck way more than that deck.
Yeah.
But that deck is sweet. I do love that deck for a lot of reasons. So
Okay, so we probably won't be reading chat that much because we have to
Yeah.
focus on the game. We're going to be trying to like the purpose of this is to put you not on tilt, but like you need to run on instinct. You need to not think about things too much.
right.
So that's why 10 minutes might be too much time.
I think it could be because I think I could probably space out for that much.
Yeah. But we'll see. Like 5 minutes may be too little time, but I think this is where the experimentation.
There's probably like a good 8 or 7.5 minute medium that I think puts the pressure on. You can breathe a little bit on like important turns, but so yeah, we'll see.
2 prior matches are roughly 20 minutes with reading chat. That's true, and those are fast decks too. So that's a good point.
Yeah,
we'll see. I mean, this is only one way to find out is through experimentation.
I mean, typically, the person whose turn it isn't is watching chat. The difference with this one is you probably have to watch for mistakes, right?
Right.
So yeah, there's no time travel or anything like that. You have to watch for mistakes because both players are moving fast.
First, and we'll start the timer on the first player's turn after the mulligans are done.
Yeah.
If we have to correct anything, we can pause the timer too. If it's like egregious.
You were going first, right?
Yes.
I think this is an easy. Time travel. I mean, you can play time traveler, but shuffling your deck is going to slow you down, right?
They go to mulligan.
It's the same hand.
I mean, the prevalence of shuffling and stuff is why I'm like on the fence about professional use of chess clocks, because it's just like you can't really account for that during.
Yeah, I think there's probably some decks that are like.
And that makes I don't like that. Like that would make decks worse because of the chess clock. That's not good. For TCO, I think it makes sense because it's like it can handle automatically. Like all those little interactions.
It's just
all the bookkeeping are just happening. So like. Online, it makes more sense, which is why Magic Online uses chess clocks and always has for like 20 years.
Right.
So, anyways, we're gonna get to it. I have drawn my opening hand. I will be starting my turn as soon as I hit my button. No, as soon as you hit your button.
Yeah.
And I gotta think about what. I guess that's on me, so you can hit your button now. I'm panicking already. I'll play Golden Spiral.
All right, I'll play Bulwark. Go.
We have to actually
draw
our
okay,
stuff and draw and then pass.
All right.
I will play Brobnar, play Pile of Skulls, play Tremor to stun the Bulwark. I'll discard Barn Raising. Ready, draw.
Okay, I am going to say this. I'm going to play Succubus. I'm going to control the weak into Brobnar. Ready, draw, pass.
Go ahead.
Okay, I will say Mars. I'm going to Battle Fleet. I am going to eat my entire clock. I'm going to show you 3 Mars cards and draw 3. And then I will play Battle Fleet. And I will show you 2 and draw 2. I did not draw a single Mars card.
That's not right.
I will play Uxlix. I will discard Psychic Network and Sample Collection. Ready, and pass it back.
Yeah, draw. Oh, you didn't have to draw.
Yeah, I didn't have to because I was at 6.
I'll say Shadows. I will Oubliette Succubus, Purge, play Avendel, play Hugger Mugger, capture 1, play Hugger Mugger, capture 1, play Pestering Blow, do 1 damage, and rage the Ulix. Already, draw 5, done.
Okay, I am going to say this. I'm going to play Charette, who's going to capture. I am going to Creeping Oblivion. I will get the Oubliette and the Trimmer. I am going to control the weak into Brobnar, and it is your turn. Sorry, already up. Oh, drop a card.
Ooh, you can't drop cards during this.
Drop the card all the way over there. Burning valuable clock.
I am
passing it back.
Brobnar, you say. All right, I'll say Brobnar. I will discard Volcano. Go ahead.
All right, I am going to say Sanctum. I'm gonna play Radiant Truth. I am gonna play Anaphil and Protectrix. I'll play Epic Quest. I'll shove all these into my archives. And I will draw 4 and tell you to go.
I'll say Saurian. I will play Paraguardian, play Stomp. I'll do 5 damage to the Tourette, and then Exalt Huggermugger. I'm going to exile...
the Radiant Truth stunned this Huggermugger.
And exile this Huggermugger to you.
Okay.
I'm going to play Raider Gallon. Here. I'm going to Golden Spiral to Exalt Ready, Reap, and Exalt Toward stuff.
Okay.
Oh, I get to Pile of Skull something.
Okay.
And also this damage shouldn't be there because Pestering Blow could have done damage because of Bulwark.
Oh yeah. Okay. My turn.
Yes.
I
gotta
yeah.
finish. My turn.
Okay, I am going to say Mars. I'm going to play Mind Warper. I'm going to play Zizix, and Uxlix is going to fight the Huggermugger. It's elusive. And it is your turn to go ahead.
Alright, I'll say Shadows. I will play No Safety in Numbers.
Okay, so the Martians die, the Shadows creatures dies.
I will play Umbra. I get to Palace Skulls, a bunch of stuff. How many things died in yours?
3.
4? Because my Shadows creature as well?
4. Well, so some of it was captured though, so that one that was on the Huggermugger wouldn't go because it was. Actually, I think it would, right? Yes. All the creatures would die at the same time.
After. It's after. That wasn't played yet. I'll capture here. I'll Reap. Do a damage there. I still got an armor, so I'm done.
Okay, I am going to say Sanctum. I'm going to put my archives into my hand. I'm going to play Potion of Invulnerability. I am going to play Take Hostages. I am going to play Protectrix, Bulwark, Champion Anaphil, Bulwark, Lady Maxna. I'm going to stun the Umbra, and I will play Hallowed Blaster, and that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, that's not 7. Well, I guess that's Speedforge.
That's not 7.
And it's your turn. I will draw.
Okay, I'll Forge. I will say Shadows. Play Avinda. I'll play Bad Penny. I'm going to unstun Umbra. I'm going to Reap with Avinda and shoot the Bad Penny to discard a card from your hand. I'm going to discard Bad Penny. After that, please hurry up. No time.
You could have rolled a die, I guess.
Yeah. Ready my stuff. Draw my cards. Go.
Okay, I am going to say Sanctum. I'm going to play Seki.
Oh, you played Take Hostages. It was 7.
Oh, okay. So I did Epic Quest then. Yeah. I thought I had 7. Yeah. Okay. I am good. Yeah, still going to say Sanctum. I'll play Seki.
In True Speedforge, that would not fly, by the way, because you have to. That's a trigger you have to activate. So
right, because it's an action.
Yeah.
Okay. I will pop this Potion of Vulnerability. I don't think there's any reason to keep it around. I am going to have Lady Maxna fight a Venda. Oh, it doesn't take any because of the armor. Champion Anaphil is going to fight Reader Gallon. Bulwark is going to fight Reader Gallon. Protectrix is... it doesn't take any damage. Protectrix is going to Reap. And then it's your turn. I'll say check with 8. I will draw 2.
Alright, I'll say Saurian. I'll play Saurus Rex.
Oh, I didn't pass it back.
Oh my god. I'll play Perfectus Ludo. I will Reap with Paraguardian and Exalt reward stuff. I will use Golden Spiral to fight something that I can do damage. I guess I'll fight Champion. I can't actually do damage to anything. I'll just fight something to steal one. And I am almost done.
Okay, so I will spend 6 and Forge. I am going to say Disc for the turn. I'll play Lash or Broken Dreams. I am going to play Charette and capture 3. I will play Snudge. I am going to play Pit Demon. And then I'm going to control the weak into Brobnar. Is your turn in just 1 second.
I'll say Brobnar. I'll play Irestaff. I will Berserker Slam Charette. Bang!
Ow.
You lose 1. I will play Ow. And I'll Laka. And I'll Berserker Slam Pit Demon.
Ow.
I am done. Or I do all the stuff.
Okay, I am going to say Sanctum. I'm going to play Blinding Light. And I will blind Saurians. I am going to Reap with Seki. I'll capture 1. I am going to Reap with Maxna. I'm going to Reap with Bulwark. I'm going to Reap with Champion Anaphil. And I'll Reap with Protectrix. And I will say check with 7. And it's your turn. I'll draw 1.
Okay, I'll Forge. They get a here thing.
Oh, yeah.
Say Saurian. I will
Heal Pit Speed Forge. Got it.
play Axiom.
Missed pile again.
And Powell's gonna get missed.
Yeah.
I'll ward Asaurus Rex.
That's all this. So you get 6.
Here, capture 6. Unstun. Unstun. Play Cincinnatus Rex. This doesn't quite work because there's only one creature out.
Seki.
So I will use Golden Spiral to have Umbra fight, I guess.
Okay.
Sort of cancels out.
Alright, I am going to...
I haven't drawn.
Oh,
you're good.
Okay. I am going to say Mars. I am going to Soft Landing. I am going to EMP Blast. I am going to play Felix. I will Reap with Felix. I'm going to Squawker to ready Felix. And Felix is going to fight Umbra. And should I Reap again? I'll just fight Umbra. And I'll draw, and I'll shuffle, and draw 3. Gotta shuffle faster.
Okay, I'll say Shadows. Play Breaker Hill. I'll fight to steal 1. Play a Hawk. I'll Reap with Vinda to... I'm not gonna shoot my Breaker. Armor.
Yep. Alright, my turn.
I gotta draw. Okay. You'll know when it's your turn. There's a light.
I am gonna say Sanctum. I'm gonna play Champion Anaphil. I'm gonna Reap with Seki. He'll capture 1. And I am going to Mighty Lance to do 3 to Umbra and 3 to Paraguardian. And it is your turn. I'll say check with 7 and 2. Go.
4 minutes. Okay. I don't know what cards are in my deck. I need to
Seki does have a damage on it. From the Avon deck, he shot it right.
I don't think I can stop you. I'll say Saurian. I'll reap with Saurus Rex and Exalt. Play Golden Spiral. To get Golden Spiral. But, or do I actually? I'll get this.
Seki had 2, but Umbra fought it. So the fight from Umbra would knock the armor off of it.
I'm gonna play Primus Ungis. So each friendly creature gets +2 power for each amber on it. On Primus Ungis, okay. I'm gonna reap with Paraguardian. I'll Exalt to ward. I will fight Champion Anafil. Exalt to ready. Our cards, each other friendly card. I'm gonna reap with Ungis and Exalt him. And actually, oh, okay. I can't quite do that either. Okay, each friendly creature gets +2 power for each amber on him. I will fight Anafil. I will fight Seki. So take 4. He's 8 power because of the Ungis, right?
Wait, he fought Champion Anafil, right? He would have taken 6.
Oh,
Rex
since
yeah, that's fine. Okay.
And then I will play a Triumph to forge a key.
Good.
Oh no, since Rex dies.
Oh,
no, I can't.
So not quite. Yeah.
Yep, I can't quite do it.
That's close. That's
Yep.
pretty. Oh, a lot of asterisks in that one. That one's pretty. That was pretty fun though.
Yeah.
I do think 10 is probably too much.
I think we could try like 8. Right?
I think 8's probably good.
Yeah, that was a ridiculous turn.
Cincinnati Rex dies if the opponent has no creatures.
Yeah.
Yeah. That game was pretty sloppy, but I think that's
what's going to happen, right?
I think that's going to happen when you're playing that fast. So
yeah, and we just kind of have to let the sloppy stuff slide. I think we can't really go back.
It's stuff that's like a damage here or damage there. Like I think that stuff is whatever. So
yeah, that was fun.
Yeah. So that is I'm pleased. I do think if you're gonna stipulate Speedforge, you do need to take a look at the decks that you're suggesting. I could tell Code Red did put some thought into these decks because both of these have the potential to take very big turns. And Control of the Weak was interesting, right? Because it was like barely. It's a mechanic I hate, but in this kind of thing, it's like sure, I skip my turn, go ahead. You know, it's like pass it back. So yeah, that was a fun debut.
Yeah. And triggers are definitely tough to remember. Like that's especially Pal Skulls. It's like every time I kill something, I have to take an amber from my opponent, put it on something I have.
Yeah.
So that's definitely a challenge that comes with that. Yeah, that was cool. This is the first time we've used the chess clocks. Light Tasker wins literally, or would lose literally every Speed Force
I think
game.
so. I think it would. It cannot win in 10 minutes.
Unless your opponent's just not doing anything.
Yeah.
But then that can definitely win if it just slaps the board down and rapes with it. But yeah.
The very first time I played Light Tasker on stream, I won without ever calling Shadows or Dis. I called Logos like 6 turns in a row.
And the Logos in there's like, it can do that.
Yeah.
It can win like that.
I was like, I had a Quant, a Wormhole Tech, and stuff like that. And I was just like, just use the board over and over again. So
yeah.
Okay. I won't do this. I won't start the bet yet.
Nope, don't start the bet.
We'll go through the Here we go.
Match video.
Where's the
for Eevee versus Light Tasker? This is our main event. Very exciting.
It's time for our main event of the evening. A 2 out of 3 falls match for the Tabletop Royale Heavyweight Championship of the World. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Keyforge fans, are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
For the scores in attendance and the bevies watching on VOD, ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to shuffle. Fill my eyes with that double vision. No disguise for that double vision. Ooh, when it gets through to me, it's always new to me. My double vision gets the best of me.
And I hope we don't get DMCA'd for that. We'll find
Introducing first, the challenger. Weighing in tonight at 67 SAS, this Archon has only 3 matches in the TTR arena. A 1-2 losing record in round 1 of the Worlds Collide Tournament of Champions.
Edge.
Despite this losing record, this Archon seems well equipped to face down the oppression of their opponent here tonight. Although this Archon is a native of the country of Ireland, their accomplishments and glory truly make them a citizen of the Crucible. No need to check your eyes, you are in fact seeing double. It's Evie, Leprechaun Amiable.
And the classic.
It's the kiss of death from Mr. Light Tasker. Pretty deck, beware he will steal your gold. His heart is cold.
Their opponent's reign of terror began at Fight Night number 3, having put down multiple challengers to the title since. They humiliated Andras last week, avenging their loss in the Worlds Collide Tournament of Champions. They hold a 90% win rate, according to the TTR data tracking sheet, having lost only 3 games on record. This Archon is so tilting that oftentimes Nathan believes he is in the state of North Carolina. Weighing in at 82 SAS, they are the reigning and defending Tabletop Royale Heavyweight Champion of the World, Light Tasker, Market Sheriff.
There you have it.
All right.
Please clap for Code Red. Wonderful job once again.
Yeah.
Thank you for the last minute announcing as well. Much
Bringing
appreciate
us
that.
in, setting the stage. This is a relatively unknown. This could just be a squash match for Light Tasker. We don't know.
I mean, you got to give your champion a squash every once in a while.
So we'll see. Stormstrong picked it out.
Yeah.
Stormstrong likes a couple of the silver bullets in Eevee, so we'll get a chance to see if those are enough. I think the Untamed is going to lose the game for Eevee. So yeah,
You would like to take a look at the
Eevee
belt
is going to
there, Abby?
examine the belt real quick. Okay. Nods the ref.
Okay, Light Tasker is gonna take a look at the belt. All right,
Possibly for the last time.
possibly for the last time. Yeah, we'll see how this plays out. We don't make predictions before the game starts.
Yeah.
Anymore. We've done that before and always been wrong. So, yeah.
Yeah. Well, the thing, I mean, Light Tasker presents a very unique sets of problems for decks, right? So,
it's like a series of tasks you have to complete to win a game of Light Tasker against Light Tasker. Yeah, you got 11 underdog, right? So we'll see what happens.
Oh yeah, now I'll get the bets going. Normally when I start with the bets before the thing, they end, and so KB, thanks for that sub. You did it in the middle of the intro, but yes, appreciate that.
There. I got you, KB.
I had the notifications paused for that. Meant to call it out. So thanks for sticking around.
We appreciate you, as we appreciate all of our viewers and supporters.
I got a set.
6. Turned 24 yesterday. Happy birthday! I wish we had Phil's birthday, man. I don't think we
actually have that in this channel.
I don't think I gave it Phil's birthday, man. You're first. 1 year away from not being an idiot. You're close. You're getting there.
Yeah.
You're so close. This is a bad hand. Mulligan. Phil's birthday, man. We do have it.
Oh!
I'm a genius.
We got there. Is Phil's birthday, man, just like it may just be a generic TTT, BT.
I don't think there are generic ones.
I thought there were.
Are there?
I
Okay.
may be wrong.
You rent a car.
Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool.
You
have to start paying for health insurance. You can't be in your parents' health insurance anymore. Very cool.
Yeah, very cool.
Very fun.
You'll understand how much debt you're in that people let you borrow when you were 18.
Yep, that's very
crushing. Cool. Very cool.
Fun life experiences.
Very cool that we let society do that to teenagers.
Yeah, it's awesome. All right.
You could have served your tour of duty in the military
26, okay.
already. All right, my turn.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to play Kirker.
Okay. I'll say Logos. I'll play Quant and Group Think Tank. We get. I gotta get out of Speedforge.
Speedforge, yeah. All right, I am gonna say Logos. Out comes Eddie. I will archive a card. Out comes Eddie. I'm gonna archive a card. And it is your turn. I will draw 4. You got through college with scholarships, so that's good.
Say Logos. Say Logos. Yeah, that's fine. I'll play Jargogol, the card. Reap with Group Think Tank, and I'll Reap with Quant. We don't have a card to play off Quant, so your turn.
Okay, I am going to say Untamed. I am going to discard Tentadlin, Kangafent, and Printed Murmook. And I'm going to load on.
Okay.
Shovel them back in. I think discarding here is absolutely the correct play with the Group Think Tank sitting around.
And it's like free amber too.
Yeah,
load on.
It's amber that can't be infernused necessarily. So, and then I will play the Fittest. So counter, and I will draw 5.
I'm gonna say Logos. I'm gonna throw in Plasma and Eddie next to its buddy there.
Which side do you want it on? Do you want the damage one in the middle? Or...
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
I'm gonna Reap with Quant. I'm gonna Reap with Jargogol. And I'm gonna fire off the tank. Bang.
Bang.
I get to play this red penny. That I didn't really plan to play. Alright, your turn.
Okay, I am gonna say Untamed. I'm gonna play Imprinted Murmook and the Fittest. And there's your turn, I'll draw.
Say this, I'll play Infernus, Snag. Let's do. And Rock Rub. Your turn. Playing Bad Penny. I had no choice. Look, it was under the Jargogel. I kind of thought Jargogel was gonna get. Usually, Jargogel doesn't get to kill itself.
I am gonna say Logos. I'm gonna play Babbling Bibliophile. I will play Information Exchange and steal one. And then I am gonna give Kirker some Academy training. I will Reap with Kirker and draw one. And return. Draw 2.
I'll say Shadows. Play Javinda, Umbra, Necklifter, Ronnie, steal one, and I'll Reap with Bad Penny. Check with 6.
Alright, I am going to say I'm going to say Untamed. I'm going to discard Tentadlin. I'm going to Unsuspecting Prey, Javinda, Umbra, and Rock Rub.
Good value there.
And then the Imprinted Murmook will Reap. It's your turn. I will draw 2.
Forge. Say Dis. I'll fight Kirker.
Okay.
I will play a Snaglet. I'm not finished with you. Furnace. And I think that's actually it. No. And Jargo was fine. First Jargo. That's it.
Okay. My turn. I am going to say Starlance. I'm going to play Molina. I will play Walls, who's going to get back the Academy training. I will play Commander Chan and Science Officer Morpheus. And it is your turn. I will draw.
Okay. Very tempting groupthink tank now. Very tempting indeed. Yeah, I'll say Lucas. I will fire it off. Bang. The tank. Play Eddie and archive a card. Play Wormhole Tech. Your turn. I bet Penny did get to read this game, so that's kind of a big deal.
Okay, I am going to say Star Alliance. I'm going to play Zap. Logos, Untamed, Star Alliance, Shadows, Dis. So for 5. Zap the Snaglet for 2. Zap Rye for 2. Zap Eddie for 1. I will put Wall's Blaster on Morpheus. And I will Reap, shoot Eddie. And that's my turn. I'll say Chuck with 7.
Nope, just subscribe. Best content in Keyforge.
Appreciate that.
Yeah. We like to think we are contributing a little bit.
Yeah.
As we can. Okay, I'll say Shadows. Play TMTP. 1. Can't actually stop this turn, but I'll mug the bibliophile. And I will Power Eclipse.
Consider this a win.
Yeah.
Actually consider this a win. I feel like a lot of people would have lost a proposition bet, right? Like, prop bet, Light Tasker stops the deck from forging a key, you know, that kind of thing. I think some people would have taken up that. Okay, so I will forge. I am going to say Logos. I'm going to put my archives into my hand. And I am going to play 2 information exchanges, which is going to steal all of that. I am going to play Dysania and pitch whatever that is. Oh, bad penny. Get 1. I'll play Zinzik. I will put the Academy training on Zinzik. And it is your turn. I will draw 3.
I'll play this. I'll play
You haven't seen the
Library,
Igors.
Play Harbinger, play Puzzle. No, I have not seen the Ivors.
Yeah, that's
And I didn't see libraries earlier. Not that I wouldn't have been like using libraries aggressively those.
right.
But yes, that's correct.
Okay, I am going to say Logos. I'm going to Reap with Zinzik and draw. I will play
Or Telltale Vapor.
Wormhole Tech. I'm going to discard this Jargogol. Dysania is going to Reap. Put me to 7. And I will say check with 7. I'll untap and draw 3. Because Zinzik makes my hand size 8. Is your turn.
Hey, Logos. I will play Hologramophone. I will play Igor. Or Trust No One and Snag. I'll play Titan Guardian. The Jargogol. Card. Play Research. Your turn.
Yeah, I'll Forge.
Go Forge. Number 2.
Okay, I'll say Untamed. I'll play Unsuspecting Prey. I'll do 2 to Igor, 2 to Jargo, and 2 to Puzzle. I am going to discard Gibbuck and Tintadlin. I am going to Grasping Vines, the library. Now the question is whether a Grasping Vine is the hologramophone. I think it's worth the. It's artifacts of 2 different houses. So yes, I think it's worth it. Grasping Vines the hologramophone. I'll play the other Grasping Vines, and I will draw 5. It's your turn.
Say dis. I will fight Desanya, purge. Fight Desanya. Reap with Harbinger. Play library, play Infernus. Purge, purge. Play Hysteria. Play Infernus. Purge Grasping Vines. Purge. Zap. Play Buzzle. Harbinger. Your turn.
Okay, I am gonna say Starlance. I'll play Red Alert. I am gonna play. I'll play Kirker. I'll give Kirker a cloaking dongle. Give Kirker a disruption field.
Red alert. Sorry.
I'm gonna discard Nurse Soto because I think it can only hurt me if it's in play. And then the question is whether I discard the Science Officer Morpheus or whether I play it. I think I actually play the Morpheus because if I draw into like Eddie and stuff like that, like I'm gonna want it. Okay, I'll draw and then shuffle and draw. Just one.
I'll play Logos. I will play Vapors. 2 archive 1. I will play Igor. Draw that. I will play Hologramophone. Play Think Tank Wormhole Tech. Your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna say Logos. I'm gonna play Zinzik, play Wormhole Tech, and I'll play Candle Unit. And it is your turn. I will draw 5.
I'll say Dis. Draw a card. Furnace.
Draw a card with Candle Unit.
That's fine.
Okay.
I will fight Kirkar.
Okay, he has elusive, so you'd only take the 3.
Okay, so I'll fight
Okay.
Kirkar instead of reaping. So you don't draw that card then.
Okay. It was this card. I will shuffle it back in.
I'll play Library. Play Snag. Play Infernus. Get the dongle in the field. Play Hysteria. Play them. I'll get. This doesn't really matter as much. I'll get. Get the Candle Unit and the. Your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna say Star Alliance. I'll play Kirker.
Did you lose 2 for the stuff?
No.
Okay.
I'm gonna play Kirker. I'll play Molina. I'll discard Wall since he's a liability here. If you somehow get through the Kirker and them. And it is your turn.
The first 2 had pips on them, yeah. The Disruption Field and the Cloaking Dongle
Yes.
had pips on them.
Those are the only pips in the discard pile at that point because they're.
I'm gonna say Dis. I'll use Library of the Dangs. I will play Snag, Puzzle. I guess Explode Hazardous, so I'll Reap, and I'll Reap. I'll play Not Finished With You. Igor and Furnace. And draw.
Okay, I'll say Untamed. I'm gonna Unsuspecting Prey. I'll do 2/2 and 2. I'm gonna discard 2 Tentadlins, and I'll discard Imprinted Murmic. I'll play a Kangafent.
Okay.
I'll draw 5.
So I'll Forge. I'll say Logos. Play Igor. I'll discard Ronnie and Furnace. I'll play Brain Plasmates. I will shift Arms Master to the middle. I'll play Jargogol with a card. Play Igor. Rock Grub and Snaglet. I'll play Vapors. 2. Archive 1. Play Research. And a Quant. I'm done.
Okay. I am gonna say Untamed. I'm gonna.
I have a hologram phone. Definitely a snag. Yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna Unsuspecting Prey. Those 3.
Okay.
I'll play the Fittest.
Oh, I was supposed to shuffle, so there.
And Kangafent is gonna fight in Furnace. And we'll draw 2.
Alright, I'll say Logos. I'll Reap with Quant. So I'll use his Reap ability first, and he explodes. I will Time War Eclipse. Shuffle stuff. Off of the Quant. I was supposed to remove that, right? No? Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
He was in play. Play Eddie. Drive a card. Uses the hologramophone. Ward Eddie. And
Okay, I am gonna say Star Alliance. I'm gonna play Nurse Soto and heal Malia. And I'll play Commander Chan. And then Molina is going to read. And it is your turn. I will draw 2.
I'll say this. I'll play Infernus. It is stand. Unsuspecting prey.
Because it kills a lot of shadows, guys.
It does. I'll play not finish with you. On this stuff. Use libraries. Reap twice. Your turn.
Okay. I am going to say Logos. I'm going to put Academy Training on Commander Chan. Commander Chan is going to Reap, I believe. Steady. I think I need to Reap so that I can actually ever win. So I'll draw. I will use Commander Chan to have Molina fight. Molina will fight Infernus. I will play. I'm going to discard Babbling Bibliophile. I'm going to play 2 eddies of my own. I will draw.
Okay, I'll say this. Fight those eddies. Play a Snaglet and a Rot Grub. Use libraries. You lose 1 from the Rot Grub. Your turn.
I'll put my archives into my hand. Say Logos. I'm gonna play 3 information exchanges.
Okay. Stealing 3.
Yeah.
This deck doesn't steal often. Especially in late game.
Yeah, I will play Jargogel.
It would be funny if like I use Snaglet and then you use
Snaglet does it during my turn.
Oh,
So it stole from you during your previous turn.
Fair enough.
Commander Chan is gonna Reap. I'll draw. And that's gonna let me use Nurse Soto, who's gonna Reap. Now he'll for 3. And your turn. I will shuffle and draw 2.
Now I'll say Logos. I will Plasmate Gargoyle next to the Commander Chan that is now Logos. Blow it up. Play Think Tank Gargoyle with a card. Jaguar. Harbinger and Hysteria. Play Jaguar. Draw that. Play Cutthroat. Play Vapors. This is the first game. That's true.
If this deck had a key cheat, I don't think it has an awful chance.
Yeah, I think you're right. If the Untamed had a key cheat, I'd be threatened right now. I archive a card, and I'll play Blunt. I'll reap with Eddie. A hologram phone.
I really wouldn't.
Blunt, I guess.
I really wouldn't hate my chances if I had a key cheat.
Yeah. Because it makes Light Tasker play slow to begin with, at least.
Yeah, you didn't draw Igor and Tao, and I think that is a huge thing.
Yeah.
But okay, I am going to say Logos. You got 7 there, so I'm gonna play Eddie. We're gonna archive a card. I am going to Commander Jan has to fight Eddie. And then I'll make Nurse Soto fight Eddie. Your turn. I'll draw 2 and I'll say check with 6.
You got no pips in your discard pile, do you?
That is correct. They were purged long ago.
I'll say Shadows. Pick up the archive here. Play 2 Ronnies. Do I have Keywork? Oh my god, I don't have Keywork clips. What the F? Alright, well, I don't have Keywork clips. I'll play Trust No One, steal 1. I'll mug. Play Javinda and Whisper and Snicklifter and Bad Penny and Javinda and Umbra.
Okay, I am going to say Logos. Discard Babbling Bibliophile. I'll play Information Exchange. I will play...
You still 2?
Okay. I'll play Eddie.
Thank you, Lady Farquaad. 17 months.
And then I will reap with Eddie. I will say check with 6 and draw 4.
You have 3 in the archive.
So your keys are plus 6.
Okay. I'll say Shadows. I'll Whisper. Kill Melina. I'll fight an Eddie and steal 1. Umbra. And then I'll fight it with... I guess I could reap Javinda and shoot it. Steal 1. I will fight it with Snicklifter, reap and shoot it with Javinda, steal 1. I'll reap with Bad Penny. I'll with Ronnie, and I'll reap with Ronnie. And
I can play 2 information exchanges, but that's it.
4, yeah. Okay. Oof.
I think I would amend my game plan for game 2.
Yeah, that's the point of the match. 'Cause that was actually pretty close.
Red alert was in my hand, but the problem is that the Star Alliance has no way to stop keys outside the disruption field, which was long gone. So I had like 3 turns in a row where Red Alert would have wiped the table, but I couldn't also stop the key. He was in a place where he was constantly threatening. I made him bust the archive, which is good. That game was a lot more competitive than I feared it might.
I agree.
So
let me go to the bathroom real quick.
this deck may have the tools. I think I had a pretty stellar draw, and I think Justin's draw was on the low end for Light Tasker, though. So, I was not expecting much. So for the game to be that close, maybe I think so. Which is Justin's not in here. I think my mistake was not putting my untamed cards in the archives. I think if I had just taken Eddies and used them to archive only untamed cards, I think I would have been in a lot better shape if I just never saw untamed in this deck. The unsuspecting praise are fine. They're pretty good at cleaning up a bunch of the idiots that sit around on the table. But for the most part, the untamed creatures are very bad because they get free, like, fights for free. And the snags can fight Tentadlins and imprinted Murmooks and stuff like that. And if I ever have to say 2 untamed turns in a row, I've probably lost the game. If Justin purged the Eddies, yeah, I probably would have lost. I mean, you saw how much amber I had at the end. Justin controlled exactly the amount of amber that he needed to win the game. So I think if Justin didn't take away any pips somewhere earlier in the game, I would have been threatening earlier. What happened?
I was hoping to be able to purge the Eddies before he reshuffled, but I couldn't get there.
What happened towards the end of that game is Justin got the initiative on the table, so Justin was able to threaten. So I had to try to get into a situation where I'm the one who can threaten and Justin doesn't forge, right? I had to try to create that situation if possible. That way Justin had to respond to me as opposed to the other way around. So
yeah, that one turn when you were sitting 6, I only had Infernus as Amber Control, and there's no pips in the discard pile. That's why I had to pull the archives, and I didn't want to pull the archives, obviously, because I felt like it was too soon, and I was fearing a Red Alert because like I overextended because Red Alert was gonna kill everything anyways. Yeah,
may as well put it all on the table.
Yeah.
I didn't want to see the Eddies that early, and honestly, if you can combine the Eddies with the Science Officer Morpheus, it's probably really good, right?
Yeah.
I think I did pretty well with like my positioning and stuff like that. I think the group think tank is actually pretty bad for this matchup because there's enough hazardous in this deck. So that's what I did is I put Dysania into the archives, but he didn't draw the libraries until way later in the game, which I thought he was probably fine with, right? Because of the Grasping Vines. You don't want to like take a disc turn, play like Infernus Library, and some random other card, and then get Grasping Vines right away. So you kind of want this deck to reckon with the Grasping Vine somewhere along the have to decide whether it's going to discard it or play it. So yeah, it was a very interesting game. One, I don't expect every game to be that close though, because like I said, I think that was a very low percentage Light Tasker draw. Because anytime that deck does not see Igors or Telltale Vapors early, then it's much slower. It's like way easier to deal with it because it's not going through the deck nearly as fast. This is a mulligan. I think the things that I fear the most out of that deck are actually like the group think tank and the Harbinger. I want to try to engineer a board state where I can use it multiple turns in a row And both of those cards kind of disrupt that.
I think I'm good.
I think the Starlines in this deck, I think if I can stick like 3 or 4 Starlines creatures and use them several turns in a row, I'm probably in really good shape. It's asking for a lot, which I get, but the Starlines creatures are fairly resilient to Hysteria, right? And they were actually not easy to fight into.
Snag couldn't do anything.
Snag didn't get a clean
hazardous,
fight
yeah.
the whole game because of Molinas and Kirkers. So, that is something.
I'm gonna play Igor. For Bone and Buzzle.
Okay, I am gonna say Logos. I'm gonna play Zenzik. I'm gonna discard Information Exchange. And it is your turn. I will draw 5. I did get to draw a lot off of Zenzik. He does seem to be pretty good against this deck. Just because it's not easy for Justin to fight it off the table. So
I'll say Shadows. I'll play Kymor. I'll play Javinda.
That to me is a win right there, right? Kymor for just Zenzi there feels pretty good. Because he didn't Ronnie me, he didn't have Infernuses on the flanks, he didn't even have like an Eddy that you could shuffle in to try to archive some other stuff. That feels like a win. And Zenzi's not dead, right? I can always draw Zenzi later on. Okay. You drew how many cards this turn? 3?
Yes. 2? 3? 2. Because I had 7 because of Igor.
Okay, so this is actually free to play here. Even though Javinda can kill it, it forces you back into Shadows, and I'm not going to have any Amber for you to steal. So I'm going to play a Jargogol and an Eddy. And Eddy is going to archive. This is actually a tough call. I think what I do is... and what goes under Jargogol? I think this is fine to put under Jar. I think this is fine to put under Jar. Okay. And I will draw 3.
I'll say Logos. I'm gonna Brain Plasma Eddy to the middle. I'll play a Quant. I'll play Eddy and the card. Your turn.
Okay, I will say Logos. I am going to Reap with the Babbling Bibliophile. I will play the Wormhole Tech. And Jargogol is gonna fight. That's like all the same. Jargogol is gonna fight Eddy, and that's gonna play Unsuspecting Prey. So I'll get Javinda and the Quant. And it is your turn.
Okay. Say Dis, pick up the archive. Play Library. Play Infernus. Snag. We'll get Eddy Information Exchange. Easiest decision ever. I have Harbinger. I'm trying to decide if I play Harbinger. Does that give you like an easy out? So if I play Harbinger, you Red Alert, and then you zap, you can kill it. Is it that? I think I'll discard it. See if that bites me.
Okay, I'm gonna say Logos. I'm gonna reap with the Babbling Bibliophile. Reap with the Wormhole Tech. Kirker goes to the Archives. And that'll be my turn.
I'll say Dis. I'll fight the Bibliophile. Snag. I will use Library. Archive a card. Reap with Infernus. Play Not Finished with You. Anything?
Part of my rationale is I've got locked into Logos. It's not like a huge deal. Because that, like, my game plan at this point is to use Logos multiple turns because I'm trying to generate value. I'm trying to generate card value, I should say. I'm going to say Logos. I'm going to Reap with Wormhole Tech. That's going to play a Candle unit. That'll be my turn. I will tell you to go ahead.
Okay, I'll say this. I'll fight the Wormhole Tech. It's gonna let you draw infinite cards. I'll Reap with Infernus. Draw a card, yeah. I'll play Snag. I'll use Library. Your turn.
Okay. I am going to play Zinzik. I'm going to play Dysania and get the Archives there. Yeah. And then this Candle unit is going to fight Snag. And I think I'm at 8. I'm at 8, so I don't draw anything. Say check with 6.
No, I have Eddie out. So.
You have no Archives. So.
Oh, I will.
Yeah. I had the Zinzi in hand for a while, so even if all my creatures die, I can always just plop Zinzi down. So.
Played Logos. Play Hank, Guardian, or Gogol. Card. Play Vapors. 5. I'll fight Candle Unit with and Eddie will reap. Your turn.
Okay, I am going to say Starlight, so I'm going to play Red Alert. 4.
These are dead. For Gogol. This. 3, this takes 1.
I am going to play Kirker. I am going to pitch Commander Chan. And it is your turn. I will draw 3 with Zinzi. Up to 8. I'll say check with 6.
Okay. This is a case of let you forge. Sandy has a problem. I will say Logos. Play Igor. Or Deafening Whisper. Reap with Guardian. Use group Think Tank. Guardian dies. Igor dies. 2. Takes 1. Play Igor. I'll get research. I'll discard Mug and Ronnie. Play research. A Wormhole Tech. Your
Okay, so I would do Forge.
Do Forge. I said check this out.
I will say Star Alliance. I am going to play Walls. I'm going to put a Cloaking Dongle on Kirker. Put a Corruption Field on Kirker. Kirker is going to Reap, get a Disruption. It's tempting to fight there, but I think Reaping is just correct because I generate Amber with no pips in the discard pot. So, and I will draw 3 with Zenzi. You'll force for 7.
Say Dis. I will play Rock Grub. Play Infernus. Purge Desanya, probably. And Red Alert. I will play Hysteria. That up. Play Rot Grub. Play Library. I'm not purging both those because
You know I have a Walls in my hand.
oh, you do. I'll play Infernus. I will purge. I'm gonna purge Disruption. I'm still not gonna get the Dongle yet. I think I will get the. So that'll get your last Amber. I'll use Library. It's Archive. Okay, your turn. Okay.
I am going to say Star Alliance. I'm gonna play Kirker. I'll play Walls. I'll get back to Cloaking Dongle. Put Cloaking Dongle on Walls, and I will put Walls Blaster on Walls, which will let me stun a creature for each upgrade. So I'll stun Snaglet and Rock Grub. And it is your turn. Draw nothing.
Tyler's Hallway. I mean, I'm as regular as used to be, but I'm sure you support the content I can. Thank you.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, very much appreciate it. 3 months with Prime.
Yeah, it's no problem. We try to be here, whether you're here or not. Whenever you're here, we appreciate it. Whenever you're not, no big deal.
All right. Let's go logos. Play Igor.
Did we talk about the possible delay for Dark Tidings yet? Might be delayed until April. According to the Wild Wormhole. Or their spoilers they had earlier today.
I didn't want to talk about it.
Which is pretty much a bummer.
I'm going to play Group Think Tank. I'm going to play Wild Wormhole. Or Wormhole Tech. I'm going to play Top 5 Vapors.
Yeah, it's Bummer
Draw
City.
2, archive a card. I'm done. Yeah, it's Bummer City. That's why I didn't say anything, Nathan.
So I like.
I was gonna let people find that out for themselves.
Oh, I like bumming people out.
I know.
All right, I am going to say Untamed. I'm gonna Grasping Vines both libraries. I am going to play a Kangafent, and then I'm gonna discard Tentadlin and Gabuk. It's a shame because I do think Tentadlin can be useful, but I just think it's a liability at this point. And it's your turn. I will draw 2.
Alright, I'll say this. I'll play libraries. I'll play Buzzle, I'll play Snag, play Infernus. I'll get Grasping Vines. I'll get a buck.
Because he's big enough to survive a
And
snag fight.
Lodon is there around. Right. I'm gonna unstun these. And I'll Reap with Infernus, who will die. Your turn. Yeah, Nathan, ruined Fight Night. Gosh.
Sorry, I was in the middle of the turn. Justin's made it through the deck, so my prediction is I've already lost the game. So, but I'll continue to fight on valiantly as best I can. But I don't think I've got much of a chance here. Justin made it all the way through the deck. I am going to say Untamed. I will play the Fittest. Angophant is going to go stomp on Snag. And I'm actually just going to discard the Lodon because I don't really want to shuffle Tintadlin back in the deck. I'm trying to get rid of it.
Yeah.
It's just not taking the hint. I will draw 2. Go ahead. Incredible.
Was an email posted in the Sanctimonious Twitter chat. Yeah, it was to it was an email to the people who spoiled cards today, the Wild Wormhole podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did I mention that there's any number of cosmic events that could wipe the Earth out of existence?
At any time.
At any time.
Second.
At any
of the
time,
day.
we would barely have a moment's notice.
Wow, that's so fun to know that. Okay. I will...
Why no Tintadlin? Because Snag fights into Tintadlin and can lock me into Untamed, and Untamed is
Then
by
you're
far the
in big
weakest house.
trouble. Because Tantallon can't fight into something to kill himself.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Shadows. I'll play Mug on the Kangaskhan. I will play Umbra.
Fun facts when they, yeah.
I'll trust no one to steal one. And I'm done. Engage information exchanging.
Alright, I am...
It's like Borderland play mistake not to just discard trust no one. We'll see, though.
I am going to say Logos, play Eddie, and archive a card. What do you think of that? I'll play Information Exchange. What's this dog doing?
It's mad.
What are you mad at, dog?
Just mad in general.
I'm gonna play Academy Training on Walls, and Walls is gonna Reap and shoot the Snag for 2. I'm gonna discard Zinz's and I draw a card off the Academy. And I am done. I will draw 4.
Say Logos. I'll play Hologramophone. I will shift my battle line a little bit. Play Titan Guardian. Want.
I still have an untamed creature on the board. So my untamed creature on the board
Sure.
was Kangaphant, which was actually stopping Justin from taking disgusting turns. Because Justin had to find a way to get the Kangaphant if he wanted to Reap and not have his creatures explode.
Play Research.
So
I will Reap with Wormhole Tech. Save into to the archive. I don't think I want to detonate this tank. As much as I want to kill the walls, it kills like a million of my creatures. So I'll Reap with Igor.
well, you don't even kill the walls, so you have to use the other thing. Because he's a Logos creature right now.
Oh yeah, okay, fair enough. I'll Reap with the group thing, and I'm done. Just figure out how to do this. Okay. Here. Hello.
commence arm licking. Okay, I am going to say Untamed. I am going to play Unsuspecting Prey on Snaglet.
Okay.
And Umbra.
Alright.
And may as well get Jargogle.
Oh.
I am going to play The Fittest, thus enhancing my creature's power even further. He's coming up. He's coming up. He scared himself awake. I am going to discard Imprinted Murmook. And I am done. I will say check with 6. I will draw 2 and then shuffle and draw. Yeah, it's coming to hang out. It's been sleeping for an hour or so.
Very cool. Very cool. Very cool rope. Wow. That's so good.
It's very powerful.
So powerful.
It's very powerful. I'll draw one. Go ahead.
I will say Logos. I'm gonna Thorium Plasmate Eddie over there.
So in between or
So over there. Not to where it gets hazardous. So I'll fight Eddie once he got elusive. I'll fight Eddie a second time.
yeah, he's dead. You'll take 1.
I'll play 4. Play 5. Reap with Wormhole Tech. I'll have a deck. I'll Reap with Titan Guardian. Reap with Quant. Play anything with Quant. I'll use Hologramophone. Word 8.
I am gonna say Star Alliance. I am gonna play Arms Master Molina here. I'm gonna discard Morpheus. I am going to discard Commander Chan. I am going to zap for 3. I will get Eddie for 1. And I'll take out I'll put a damage on Snag. And then Kirker will go fight Eddie. I'll say check with 7. And it's your turn. I will draw 4.
Pips, you got that discard there. 1, 2.
You could say 1.
1. I could say 1. I could say Alright, so I do forge.
Correct. No taxing.
I'll say Dis. Play Infernus. Forge Zap and the Eddie, yeah. I will Reap with Buzzle. Reap with Snag. I'll Reap with Infernus. I'll play Hysteria. I'll purge those and that and that. Three, right? 2. Okay. Play Rock Rub. Play Snag and Puzzle and Snag and discard Harbinger and use libraries.
Yeah. Try it, guys. I don't think it did awful.
No,
I think it did
so at all.
It did a lot better than I would have guessed.
I actually agree with that.
I have an information exchange, but that's not enough to stop you here. So.
Whew. Okay. We did it.
Yeah. I think you have to. I don't know exactly what the objectives are, but by the time Light Tasker gets through the deck the first time, you have to check. There's probably 10 boxes, right? And if you could check 7 of them, you got a fighting chance.
Yep.
If you could check 8, you're in good shape. If you could check 9 or 10 of those boxes, you're probably going to win. But if you have any less than that, you've lost the game, right? If you can disrupt artifacts, right? If you could disrupt artifacts, if you could purge Eddie, if you can
Disrupt archive.
stop stealing, if you can disrupt the archive, if you can keep the board clear, if you can somehow slow the efficiency, right? Like if there's like all these things that if you've done enough of this by the time Light Tasker goes to get through the deck the first time, you can win the game. And this deck was close, right? Generating Amber, right? Threatening enough. Key cheats, right? Those help win the game.
You have to do like everything. That's what he's saying. Every important key.
I don't think you. So like, Phage, for instance, doesn't cheat a key, right?
It just has infinite value.
It can out efficiency, right?
Yeah.
And you can just go to 6 multiple turns in a row because you can eventually run Light Tasker out of question. Phage does keep the board clear, right? That's a huge one. And it can purge Eddie with like Oubliette.
Yeah.
Cave Vibius is another example, right? So Ghost Amber is solid, right? Cards that generate more Amber than pips in your discard pile. Establishing and holding a board are pretty good against Light Tasker.
I think if without Oubliette, Phage would be a totally different matchup. But that Oubliette is like so good.
Oubliette can get rid of a number of problem creatures.
And Harbinger
right?
too, because like Harbinger is the answer for the boards against
just like,
Phage,
I'll see you later,
Harbinger.
Harbinger.
Gone.
Because you can play an Eddie and the Brobnar can remove it without caring, right? There's so much removal in Brobnar. And same thing with Mars in that deck. The Mars with like Orbital Bombardment actually has a decent amount. And like Hypnotic Command can be disgusting in a matchup too, right? So the deck had a lot of boxes to check, though, right? That first game wasn't looking awful. I think it lost the game by the time Light Tasker finally got through the deck the first time. Because the second time through the deck, it was just like that. Light Tasker was back to cycling, didn't have to see the stuff it didn't want to. This deck was able to generate situations. There's like, I think if you change 3 cards in this deck, you change the Soto to a Ingram, the matchup changes significantly because Soto's really bad and Ingram is awesome. I do not know why Ingram is common and Soto is uncommon. It doesn't make any sense to me. However, and then I think if you changed some of the Untamed around, right? I think you take any 2 of these Untamed cards that aren't like Grasping Vines or Unsuspecting Prey. I think the Unsuspecting Prey is actually decent in this matchup. It usually killed. It always killed
killing 3 things.
It always killed a creature.
Yeah.
Most of the time it killed 2.
And
oftentimes it could kill 3. And you needed that. And you didn't have pips on it, so Justin never wanted to prioritize it compared to other stuff, right? So I think if you have an Unnatural Selection,
that would help.
It helps out a lot. And then I think if you have like a key charge, then this deck's got a pretty good shot but load on key charge to sneak a key through an Eddie and like around an Eddie and to avoid the shadows, I think shifts the balance in the game significantly. So otherwise, I think that was a pretty good matchup, all things considered.
It was competitive. It was like the match you give your champion, but it's also like a pretty skilled competitor. that gives them just a good match to go into. So
and I think it's one of those where people write the match off before it begins, but it ends up being a little bit closer. You have like an expert to come in and say, this is actually a trap match for Light Tasker, because if certain things go wrong, then Light Tasker can lose the game. Yeah. And I think game 1 was a pretty good example of that.
I was actually like, there could have been a turn there where I was just out of answers and you before, so it was actually really close at the end.
Right.
It was actually close.
So, I thought the game was like over, but like when Justin pulled the archives, I was like, well, maybe it's not,
because that's what you want to see. You have to make Light Tasker pull the archives.
Well, and I did.
And then you start going.
So something I didn't realize in the first game, and I think maybe if I had, I would have been in a lot better shape. Is that all that Untamed garbage? I should have just been tossing in the archives, and I should never have touched my archives. If my archives was like 6 Untamed cards that I wouldn't have to draw, and you had purged like all the pips out, then my Untamed at that point is like
there's a bunch of trash creatures.
Well, it's like at that point my Untamed is unsuspecting praise, and that's it. Yeah. And so I have to take an Untamed turn. I'm like killing a bunch of your stuff. That's fine. But yeah. Early Annihilation Ritual. I don't think Christensen ever drew Annihilation Ritual.
It was late in the game, but it was too late, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Didn't Christensen get embarrassed? I think it was not bad. It was not a bad match. I think this match was closer than Christensen.
That was closer. Yes.
But Christensen just doesn't have the efficiency to keep.
Its problem is it's a Coda deck, and Light Tasker it
destroys Coda decks. It just snacks on Coda decks.
It is built to destroy Coda decks. At least most of them.
It's like all of these, like Ronnie, Infernus by themselves, and Eddie. Those 3 cards in 3 different houses, right? All of those together combined stomp on Coda decks. So he's now passed out over there. There's a brief moment of activity.
Yep.
It's come crashing down.
So next week, who will be the competitor?
Yeah.
You decide.
Yep. And
is it time for Conphage to come back?
Or does another deck deserve a chance?
Who can say? Except for you, the viewer. Eddie, resident sleeper. All right, let's give him a treat.
Yeah. I would say if Dark Tidings is delayed, we're going to enter full-time stall content at some point in March. So because it's not enough time to really start anything. We talked about doing a
Candrab was a deck that was floated because it has punctuated Equilibrium against Light Tasker. And Candrab showed a pretty very good.
I think if Candrab has that opener, Light Tasker does not win that game.
Yeah. I agree. Candrab actually might be a good matchup for it. It's got it can't really play the auto encoder because of the Snack Lifter, but
it loses his ass if Light Tasker gets the Snack Lifter.
But it didn't really need the auto encoder that game. You know,
it was just blazing fast.
It can play the mutagenic serum without worry.
Right. Because if Snack Lifter steals it, there's no mute Light Tasker outside of Dark Ogre.
So that might be a good matchup. But yeah, full-time stall content coming your way.
Yeah,
I don't really know what to do.
we floated between the two of us doing some more user games on TCO. We might do another 2-part night of those. Those worked out fairly well last time. We've of course got gauntlets. We've got some stuff. We may do sneak in a card game necromancy in there. Who knows?
We'll see.
We've got content.
Yeah,
to generate,
I do owe y'all a. We don't have a deck with Eden's Jar now.
Yeah.
Eden's Jar is probably good against Light Tasker.
Yeah. Except for when it gets neck lifted.
Well, it doesn't matter. It says the cards with that name can't be played by any player.
So I thought Eden's Jar was one-sided.
No, it is global.
Interesting.
So yeah, it's pretty good. I owe you guys a game or like a stream of TCO versus you, or I could run the gauntlet against viewers, which I want to do that. So that should be we'll probably do that one. Helmall and Gauntlet, that's not a bad idea.
Yeah, that'd be pretty good. I'd love to see a Helmall versus Cave Vibius, right? Just 2 boards, it's like turn 13, 8 total ambers been generated because both decks are just smashing into each other. That's some Keyforge.
All the ambers from the what's the card?
3 Fates.
No, the artifact, the one of the most powerful creature.
Oh yeah, it's crap, what is it called? I forgot what it's called. We could do a night of Speedforge. That would be fun.
A night of Speedforge. Oh god.
We
Form
could,
of Giants. Yeah.
Yeah, Forum of Giants. A night of Speedforge would be hilarious, right? Like we do some. I don't.
I'm getting anxious thinking about this.
It would be funny.
like,
It'd be funny if we like set some sort of stipulation on it where both of us start with like 10 minutes, and the winner loses a minute on their clock for the rest of the night. So it's like 10 versus 9 or something. I don't know, but it would be funny. I would like to see like a long form multiple game. Something carries over into the next game. I don't know, just something to brainstorm on. We could do the battle royale one night where the winning deck fights the next deck. That would be funny to try out
with the same board.
With this, yeah,
with nothing leaving play.
Yeah, and it's like, and you do the reverse, right? So the keys get broken as it goes on. So like the next deck comes into play. I don't think that's that bad because decks have board wipes and stuff like that,
yeah.
Right? So the deck comes in and acts as if it were the second player. I think that's an interesting format.
We should try that.
We might try that for a night.
Every time you forge a key, strange gizmo trigger. That's a good stipulation.
I think I like that.
Strange gizmo is.
We could call it like the tabula rasa format.
I would like that. That would be a funny stipulation for Fight Night.
Yeah, that's actually a good triad format. But the difference is you're only playing one game. It's still 3 decks, but it ends up being one game, right? So that I think that is something to consider.
Triad, but if you forge a key,
the board
explodes and you get your next deck,
and you bring in your next. So whoever forges the key, their deck leaves and the board is wiped, and that person who forged the key brings in their next deck.
Okay.
Mad science.
We're gonna do some weird stuff.
We'll try out some wacky stuff because, like I said, it's stall content from here on out, right? So
I think Pile of Skulls being in play for both player would just make for a slow game.
Does Ward stay on the board? I would say no. I would say you get around Ward. You just completely blank the board.
I don't know, man. That would be interesting.
It would be interesting. You just end up with cards. You end up cards from like 2 decks ago that you can't use because it's not one of your houses. You can use it, but you don't have like any other houses to go with it. It would be an interesting format to try out, and especially if you were like building a triad, because you'd want like 3 of the exact same houses. You'd prioritize stuff like wards.
Oh God. Okay, maybe we don't because of that.
Yeah.
Too much thought.
I think
for our purposes, we just grab 3 random decks.
Right.
Not necessarily random, but like something else. Yeah. There's a lot we can do. Fight nights, of course, are still on the table.
Yeah.
My plan for fight nights was like. Try to get one going every week until Massification or until Dark Tidings came out.
So, what happens? We were planning on running fight nights up until Dark Tidings came out, and then whenever somebody redeemed a championship match, we'd book a fight night then, which is one of those things where it'd be like once a month, once every 2 months, once every couple of
really
weeks.
As often as y'all want.
It's up to the viewers at that point, right? Light Tasker sits on it. You see a deck from Dark Tidings, you're like, that deck is awesome. Throw it against Light Tasker. We'd do a fight night, and but it was no longer going to be a once a week thing. At this point, we've got enough fight nights that we've run through that we feel like we've built the storylines. We've got a very solid format. It flows nicely. I think it's something, and like our YouTube numbers on our fight nights are better than like our other stuff. So it's something that it appears that the viewers really enjoy. So we were going to shift them to less frequently. But now I have no idea. It is being absurd. So, yeah, there you go. There's some dog content.
It's pretty good dog content.
But yeah,
it's pretty good dog.
Anyway, so we're gonna play for time while we wait for Dark Tidings. So it's the summary of that.
So yeah. All right, thanks for watching, everybody.
Yeah, it was another good fight night.
That was a really fun fight night.
Yeah, that was a pretty good one. That was probably I I guess my expectations were lowered going into that game because I was not tilted after those games.
Nathan's not tilted after a light touch game. I think that's pretty good, Stormstorm.
That's yeah.
You did a pretty good job.
That is a step above the other matchups. So
yeah,
there you go.
We'll be back tomorrow with more sealed. So progress. I think it's almost top 8. I think tomorrow we dip into top
story
8.
Time.
No story time. Nope. Tomorrow we end top 16, and we get to see everyone's favorite, the Archon, who measurably emits dis again.
That deck was a banger.
That deck is sweet.
That deck is a banger.
I think
it looked to be like when we were looking at the deck list, I was like, this deck seems pretty good. Like I don't know if it's like Archon playable, but after playing it, you're like, ooh,
it's got some plays.
The deck's got some heat coming off. You gotta shuffle the gloves on.
We'll see if it can randomly lose to something tomorrow.
Yeah,
we'll find. I think
classic TTR anti-climax fashion.
If I remember correctly, the match we played right after that, which was the winner advanced to face it, it was like totally different and 2 decks that were not amazing looking.
Yeah.
So. 20k Motion Man just right. I don't have any stories.
I enjoy telling stories. I got all kinds of stories, but I like to mix them in whenever they're appropriate.
I don't enjoy telling stories because I get self-conscious like in the middle of the story. Like, is anyone listening? Does anyone care about what I'm saying? And am I forgetting details? And then I lose confidence in my ability to tell the story. So
I tell stories in a very novelistic fashion where I won't even begin the story that I mean to tell. I will tell a different story to give you context for the story that I'm about to tell, right? So that's the way I tell stories.
Look forward to that at TTRCon.
Yeah.
Nathan's just going to get up, start talking.
I'll read from my the selected passages of Nathan's wacky stories. So.
We got plenty of them.
Very pog.
Very pog. All right, everyone. 2024, yeah.
I could see early 2022. At this point, maybe even late 2021.
Maybe.
I
was reading today that the United States is vaccinating 1.7 million people a day, which is really good.
Yeah. Our state is way behind.
Which is expected. I mean, it's fine. We're doing really well at as far as population compared to COVID deaths. We're really high on the number of deaths. Let me tell you, we are just high on that leaderboard. Really high on it.
Yeah,
doing great.
And
also infection rate because no one wears masks.
Our governor has moved to the chemical warfare stage of his war on public education, basically saying that he wasn't going to let the teachers jump the line for vaccines. Even though they're like constantly insisting that schools get reopened. So
they said schools will be reopened and teachers are still behind 65 and older on vaccine lists.
Which to me is one of those things where the things I want to say about that get us kicked off of Twitch. So there you go. That's how I'll phrase it.
We have a very, very terrible person for a governor.
Yeah.
And he is human garbage, and I hate him.
That's
as far as we can say.
The story of how he became governor is even funnier because when Nikki Haley was appointed to the Trump administration, McMaster wasn't even second in line. Now, McMaster did win the election, I want to say in 2018 is when the seat was up. But McMaster wasn't even in second in line for it. I think he was the head of the...
I think you might be honest with them there, Code Red. Nathan OnlyFans naked tells rants about politicians. Tell me you wouldn't subscribe to that.
So the guy who was the lieutenant governor or whatever, who was like next in line for succession, stepped down so that McMaster could become the governor, and then McMaster like appointed that guy back to lieutenant governor.
Yeah.
There was like this wacky like workaround, and it's one of those things where like local politics in South Carolina isn't covered to the degree that it should be, because everybody should be really pissed off about the way the nuclear power plant that they were building in the state. Every single citizen in the state should be pissed about the way that was handled. It was basically a bungled project done with a state utility that bankrupted the state utility so they could sell the state utility to a private company. They were going to sell it to Dominion. And it's one of those where it's malicious incompetence. It was handled so badly that they had no choice but to sell the utility to recover all the money from the project, and like nothing was done. So you have a question about where did all of this money go? Did it go to contractor pockets? Who appointed those contractors? Did those contractors have any like controlling stake in Dominion? There's all that kind of stuff, and like you wouldn't even know that, right? Like at any point in time, that would have been one of the biggest news stories. And in South Carolina, it's just whatever. You just don't even pay attention to it. Absolutely insane.
This is just the free rant that gets you in the door.
Yeah. Why sub when you get the rant for free? Yeah, well.
I actually think we're not allowed to promote our OnlyFans on Twitch if we actually have one. I actually think that's it against TOS, but
yeah. Yeah, I'm sure it's one of
which is BS, by the way.
Yeah, I do think that is BS. Stop trying to control people's bodies.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Everyone have a great night. We'll leave you with that.
We'll leave you on that note.
Don't tell me what to do with my body, Twitch.
Yeah.
It's my decision. If I can sell if I want to.
Here, off comes the shirt.